Gents, I just want to pause the episode for a moment to let you know about the Strong Men of Value Academy. You will have heard me refer to it a number of times, and I want to bring more attention to it. So this isn't just a program, it's a life-changing environment and community of men who are focused on personal and professional growth. We're looking at areas of relationships, wealth, and health, things to help you thrive and maximize your life. Imagine having bi-monthly one-on-one coaching sessions with myself, weekly group coaching calls, and an incredible brotherhood of high achievers by your side. Now we're diving into resilience, leadership, and holistic growth to not just succeed in your career, but to thrive in your health and your relationships. Your journey to greatness, it starts here. So join the movement and you can apply for the Strong Men of Value Academy. You can head to themanthatcanproject.com to find out more. Welcome back to another episode, guys. My name is Lachie Stuart and I'm the founder and host. And I really appreciate you guys giving me some time to, support the Man That Can project and gain value from these conversations, either me sharing my life experience and things that I'm learning, or from the incredible guests that we have on, experts sharing tools and strategies, and just men from all walks of life sharing their life story, which is very, very empowering and we can all learn from. So if you're tuning in for the first time, make sure you hit subscribe so you always get updated. Share the episode so other people can hear it. And if you've got time to leave a review and a 5-star rating, I would highly, highly appreciate that. So today's episode, for those who follow me on Instagram and are a member of the free Facebook group, you'll have saw the video I put up recently just about the struggle that I have been dealing with over the last 3 or so weeks. And without taking too much away from the video, to give more context, I think for me to be able to do that video, I feel when I first started my own journey to understanding who I was as a person and, working towards creating a better life for myself and having to deal with a heap of, limiting beliefs and negative views of myself, I shared a lot of that on social media, and I was very open with where I believe I had made mistakes and how they had impacted me and other people and the repercussions of that, and I guess also the breakthroughs that I was experiencing and the excitement toward creating a better life for myself. And I documented so much of that, and I felt that was allowing me to, take that weight off my shoulders and release some of the guilt, because I thought, if I can empower other people and show perspective so people don't make similar mistakes that I do, or maybe can learn something from a way of thinking that I have, then that's brilliant. And obviously, as the Man That Can project's grown, I think subconsciously I have put an added pressure on myself around how I needed to show up. And I'm still not sure if how I've handled it by doing this video is the right or wrong way. I'm still learning, much like everyone else here, and I don't ever claim to be perfect or have all the answers. I'm just sharing where I'm at with what I'm currently learning and what's working well for me. And up until that point, an area I was really struggling with was obviously my own mental health, which, I've got the live recording attached to this, which we'll go into in a moment. And to explain how I was feeling and why I felt I got there and the added pressures that I put on myself. But I felt that I couldn't speak out as much anymore because I, had believed that because I run the Man That Can project, I need to have all of my shit together always, because everything that I'm talking about is to empower people to live a better life. And here I am saying that, and for the last couple of weeks, I've been really, really struggling. And I think one of the most detrimental elements to that belief was that I was carrying a huge burden because I wasn't talking. One of the things that I talk about continually is obviously having a great communication gateway with friends, family, and professionals. And I have spoken to my close circle, but I think there was a part of me that felt like I was out of alignment because I wasn't being honest with clients and the community. And it's something that for some people might be the right way to do things, like separate business from life. But I think for where I sit and how I like to do things, I want to be as transparent as possible with my listeners and people that are in my life. And that's just what I felt was right. And ever since I posted that video, I have felt hugely better. Like I felt, while I don't need to talk to everyone about it because like I mentioned, I have a good close-knit friend circle that I am talking about it and professionals that I'm talking to about it. It's just good to have that off my shoulders so that if I do feel the need to share something like that with someone who's also going through a struggle, I can without having someone to go, "Oh, you've never spoken about that before." So it just feels like a huge weight's been lifted off my shoulders. So yeah, I definitely want you guys to know that I don't have all of this figured out. I'm doing the best that I can daily with what I'm learning and the tools and strategies that I'm implementing, and more often than not, I'm feeling amazing and I feel very empowered and I'm happy with how I am. But it's just been that struggle of late, which is, I guess, where this episode's going. So that'll be enough from me recapping. But once again, guys, if you want to get into the community, check out our Inner Circle program. There's some huge new exciting things coming to it over the coming months. I'm just trialing out some new software to make it more personalized, to take us off Facebook. So for those who are like I am and you get distracted, this will help with that. And for those who also just want to have a more user-friendly experience, it is coming. So just putting that to the test. So enough from me. Let's dive into the episode. Thank you, guys.
You're listening to the Man That Can Project with Lachie Stuart, a global movement created to empower men and open up what's really going through their minds by having real and raw conversations about life's unique challenges and our individual ways of processing it all. Welcome to the Man That Can Project.
All right, guys. So I've been wanting to do this video for a while. I've been building up the courage to do it, and I'll explain why it's taken so long. It doesn't really need an explanation, but I want to share with you guys just so you can understand what it's like in my experience with mental health challenges and why it is such an important thing to discuss and to have a unique understanding of what it's like for individual peoples. I think mental illness and the difference obviously between mental health and the labels that go along with that, like depression, anxiety and things like that, have a blanket effect. And obviously there are some indicators around where you're sort of falling in that place. And obviously for those who've followed along for my page and the Man That Can content for a while, you would have heard me talk about my experiences with it, with depression and all the struggles around that. And recently, probably for the past 2 to 3 weeks, has been probably one of the most challenging periods that I've faced with my own mental health in a long time. And I've put added pressures on it, not because of anyone else or anything else, but due to my own perception of myself and I guess the role that I believe I play now with the Man That Can project, obviously looking to help people live more happy, fulfilled, purpose-driven lives. And feeling how I've felt for the last couple of weeks has challenged my belief around that and whether I'm a good leader in the role. And it's also made it harder to talk about and harder to open up about because, I've had my own thoughts around, my credibility and all these sorts of things that I've made up in my own head. And I know, having spoken to a few people in the last couple of days, everyone has their own experience with this and how it sort of comes up and why people don't reach out for help or ask for help or just even open up and let people know what they're currently experiencing. And it was something that I prided myself on, especially in the early days of launching the Man That Can project. A lot of everything that I spoke about was based off my own experiences and how I felt and everything that I was going through. And, the more I've questioned why I haven't spoken up in the last couple of weeks, and I've tried to just get on with it, is for various number of reasons that probably a lot of people can relate to, around being too proud, not wanting to burden anyone, and hoping that it will pass. I practice and preach everything that I talk about, from looking after my health, having some great well-being practices, and various things. And normally when I have, a couple of days of downer, I can get myself out of that slump. And this time, unfortunately, it's been carrying on for a few weeks, and I'm now starting to see it show up in negative ways in other areas of my life, which I'm, not happy with. And I think that's obviously causing a ripple effect there as well, which, I want to improve on. So I think the purpose of me doing this video is to commit to myself that I'm not going to be too proud to share what's really going on in my life. I think, I've always, as I mentioned earlier, I've prided myself on being honest and being vulnerable, but I think maybe unconsciously, without, intentionally knowing it, I've shut myself off because I've had an idea of how I believe I needed to show up to best serve the Man That Can community and to best help people who have relationships with me in my life. But learning pretty quickly that becomes heavy, it becomes hard, and ultimately how I have been feeling, how I am feeling is like, if I were to put it into words, what would it be? It's just sad, heavy, and various other things like that. So one thing I'm committed to doing, I'm going to go see some help, some professional help, which would be awesome. I'm going to continue doing everything that I have committed to always doing with my well-being, my eating. I can definitely improve on my sleep. I think that's an area where I've had a downward fall, but I'm also committing to authentically be myself and going to talk more about the daily, what's going on in my life. I think because I've been overcommitted at the moment, I'm working with a lot of people, which I love. I'm also trying to grow the business, which I enjoy doing. I'm training for a marathon. I'm trying to be a good partner. I'm trying to fit all the stuff in for myself. I'm not trying, I'm doing it. I think I'm not giving myself enough breathing space to just enjoy life. So that's my reflection piece. I'll come back to you with that, but I think I wanted to share with you guys because I think it's fucking real life, to be honest. Thank you for listening to the Man That Can Project podcast. My name is Lachie Stuart, and I hope you enjoyed this episode and found it helpful. If you did, please take a moment to rate and review the Man That Can Project on your favorite podcast platform. And don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date with our newest episodes. We'll see you again next time.